I'm the managing director of Entente Partners Limited, who are my own company. We're a firm of independent financial advisors providing whole of market advice. So we have access to the whole of the market when we're providing advice to our clients in terms of product, in terms of providers, and in terms of bespoke strategies that we're looking at. I'll work very closely with other professionals in areas that I don't deal with, maybe specifically accountancy, maybe for legal requirements for clients, but primarily I'm an independent financial advisor. Well, it is a very flexible system in the UK, a very, as we say, entrepreneurial system where it is very easy to do business, to set up a company, to start business, or to trade in whatever shape or form you choose. The only key requirement is if you do have a company and you do have employees, you employ people, is to have an employer liabilities insurance. And that is that's a legal requirement, and it's to protect both the company and indeed the employees. Other than that insurance, anything else that's added on top of that is either recommended or desirable or is important to have, but it's the company themselves, the directors themselves, that they can choose to have it or not. An example there is adding on to employer liability insurance is public liability insurance, also product liability insurance, depending on what their sector is, their activity is. So the simple question is, it is easy, it is undemanding, but there is an absolute minimum, which is the employer liability insurance. Well, in terms of statutory requirements, you just trade, you just do business. Obviously, there's covers that it would be sensible to have. Professional indemnity insurance, if you're a professional. Product liability, if you do have a product that you're providing to companies. Public liability, if you're going into companies, physically going into buildings or people's homes, etc. But those are voluntary. You choose to have those. Yes, it's very broad market, very competitive market in the UK as well. I think one of the issues is that new companies starting up, because they're small, they don't have a lot of choice in the market, or they don't really know where to go. And typically they will go to their bank initially, because their bank, maybe if there's some capital that's being borrowed to set up the business, they're looking for an overdraft facility, the bank would look to really to take those sort of areas of business where possible. The issue with banks is that banks in the UK are not necessarily competitive. They sell their own products, and there's nothing wrong with the products necessarily, but they don't have the competitive imperative of having to go out and compete in the market necessarily. But for example, with myself, a lot of my companies where there's 1, 2, 3 employees maybe in the company, I deal directly with Lloyd's market. I go directly into the Lloyd's market via a broker, and they will broker out the deal depending on the sector, the activity, the requirement. And you can get very, very competitive rates, Larger companies, when I say larger companies, 100, 200 employees plus, then you can really approach the insurance companies directly. And but there's a huge range of choices, a huge range.